Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to this group I created years ago now. And I was double. And I didn't so much but think on it. And recently, a friend of me, an English friend, said to me, Marie, I would love to hear you speak English with your French accent. And if you do podcasts with that, I will I will listen to your podcast. So it was an idea to be more interactive with English speaker. So I am a certified facilitator, Access Consciousness. I facilitate many specialty classes like being you, joy of business, 3-day body class, entities, a lot. And also specialty like a true lady. And I also organize since 4 years, I think, yeah, in French, a free challenge around being you, to be yourself. And now I have almost 2,000 French speakers around the world come to this appointment, and I've received contribution for my part. And so this is how I can say a suggestion for people who are interesting to also share in English. So I will begin with something, and when you listen to that, if you want, post some comment, some question, perhaps, if I continue. If you are interesting and you want I talk about some subject, I will be really happy to share with you this amazing tool of Access Consciousness about what you would like to hear about. So let's begin with be yourself. And this is so a big subject. What I can say and what I can see is the thing could be the most easier thing in life. Be us is the more challenging one, finally. Why? Because we are so addicted of judgment, of our judgment, so positive judgment or negative judgment, like does people like me, does people don't like me, do I am doing good or not, I'm right, I'm wrong, I am on the good way, I am not on the good way. And all these judgments finally totally disconnect you to your truly being. What is your truly being? It's a joyful being. A joyful being is a space you be where you follow what is true for you. And in this space, there is no right, there is no wrong. Is only the space of lightness. When you are light in your choices, in your life, where you don't have this heaviness in situation, this is where you truly choose to be you. Because if you have some heaviness in a situation, finally you choose the situation not from the lightness, so you don't choose for you. And this is truly something you have to improve, to really be honest with you and vulnerable, to truly begin to choose what is the choice will create a greater future for you. And sometimes people around you can say, no, it's not that, you don't do that, it's not good, it's not normal, it's too different, etc. And we can talk about also this subject, trust yourself. What is that? It's one of the 5 elements of intimacy. So there is 5 elements. One of each is the confidence. So you have to really believe you. So how you can believe you, we talked just before about the lightness or the heaviness. So where you are light in your choice is the space where you're truly being you. And you have to trust that. Why? Because when you choose from the lightness, this is what you will create. If you begin to choose from the rightness or the judgments, this is most of the time where you will lose yourself and begin to take the way where you have to be, not what you want to be. So we can do a clearing here. Everywhere you always choose what you have to be rather than what you want to be. Will you destroy and create it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, poke and pod, online, chose, boys, porads, and beyonds. And when we have this conversation, we can see we open doors that we never saw before. Because Access consciousness is an approach in self-development to improve yourself, to discover yourself. It's to truly acknowledge what you know and not being perfect. The perfection we try to be, it's a permanent judgment we apply to us. So also everything, all that, will you destroy and then create it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, broken pod, online, shows, post, provide, and beyond. So this is why I do this kind of podcast or this free conference, is to really invite people to choose differently. And from this vulnerability I talked before is really to look at what is true for you. And a super, a wonderful question, a wonderful being you tool could be, if you're truly being you, what will you choose? And when you begin to choose from this space, it's also when you begin to create what is your real life, you know, not what you have to do again, but what you want to do. So which choice have you done before that don't work for you, but you never question again to do the choice that will work for you? And everything all that, will you destroy and create it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and pod, online, shows, post, provides, and beyond. A big part about not being us is this kind of autopilot that we don't ask questions, we put ourselves in a way, and we have this kind of predictable life. I don't know, about relationship, about business, about work, about friends, about where I live. So like the place, the country, the culture, etc. And when we use all of that, finally, we didn't question about, wow, beyond all of that, beyond all my presumptive realities, about all my conclusion and what I define is right as life, what could I choose? And must you ask a question every day, and is not to find a problem, you know, you don't ask a question to see where is the problem. You look at possibilities. You look at what door can I open today to create a greater life right away, and everything don't allow that. Will you destroy and create it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and pod, all nine, shows, poise, provides, and beyonds. So I hope next time there are more people live to ask their question, because it's really interesting to interact each of us and see how that sounds for you. So if you look at the replay, please post your comment. I'm really interested about what is the question, and I can organize another appointment with you with my French accent to facilitate the subject you would like to see, to look at, and yes, be vulnerable at, because sometimes we say, oh, everything is okay in my life. Yes, I have everything I ask for. I have a house, I have a wife or a husband, I have a child, I have a car, I have a dog, and everything is okay. So everywhere you convince yourself about the right choice, rather than to ask a question and see what else is possible and how can you add things or just make little change to gain happy joy. Will you just turn and create it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and pod, online, shows, post, provides, and beyond. All this kind of conversation is not to like judge something. It's just to be honest, look at things, and how you can be more of you finally. So anything that is being more of you, and anything you define what is it that is not, and what is not you say is not that it is in reality, will you destroy and create it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and pod, online, shows, post, provides, and beyonds. So being you, it's something you can bring in so many areas in your life. Could be, I said, in relationship, in business. We have so much to say about that. Just know I do a lot of being you class because it's my favorite classes to facilitate. This is really the topic, changed my life, my own life. And I'm so enthusiastic give this tool, share this tool with people to really, yes, embrace their own way of living, because there is not a recipe. All people can go in the way they want to go, in the moment they begin to ask a question. So I talk about relationship or business. That can be also being you with your body. There is so many subjects I can facilitate about. But what is presented today could be about business. I love this topic because in business, we have so many points of view about what right business here is. And also how to be in business or follow the rules. This is like business is like this, is like that, and when you see that, you say, oh my god, I have to cut my arm, I have to cut my leg to go in this box and do business like everyone else. What if something else is possible in business in the way you doing business? So I work with so many people. They think they are not good in business just because they look at business as other people rather than their own vision. So everywhere you use others to invalidate yourself in business. Will you just turn and create, please? Writing wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, online, just pause, provide, ambiance. And the exploration in business is to see if you're truly being you, what kind of business would you want to have? And also, what would you like to share with people and with the world, in fact, with the business you create or in the business where you are working? Because you can work in business and also in being yourself, be a contribution in a business, in a company. So this is the value you be when you're truly being you as a person who have his own business or working in a company. I just look if there is some message on Facebook, on my group. Let me see. No, not yet. Okay. So this is also, what we could perhaps explore the next time if you're interested around being you in business, and if you have a question around that, because business is your life and your life is your business. So if you don't separate you from business, how much you can up your joy. And you probably hear that in access consciousness is money follow joy, joy don't follow money. So it's the point where we stop to waiting for the joy, waiting for the money to have joy. But right now, choose our joy and in business, yes, joy in business, to really invite more receiving and so much money. So there is so much to explore. I hope this first part is a contribution for you. And if you have any question, let me know. I think I will continue in this group. And next time I can post, so you can add you in my group. The name is Marie-Sandrine Salvé CF in English with French touch. And so you can join me. And I can also share, it's what I do in French. So you can have everyday clearings about the topic is present. So if you want to come here, it's possible. And I will post our next rendezvous in English in this group if you want to join me live to ask a question or to get the replay. And you can also go to my YouTube channel to have also all kind of conference I offered before. And even if it's French, you can have the subtitle in English. So that could be interesting to begin also, yes, to discover my facilitation, this tool of being you, and how you can really improve yourself just listening, watching, and begin to be more of you just like that. So thank you so much, everyone. And see you later soon. Kisses, French kisses. Bye-bye.